Imagine a world shrouded in mystery, where ancient rituals dictated the course of life and death. A world where the veil between the physical realm and the ethereal was thin, and humans sought to bridge the gap through rites steeped in symbolism and meaning. In the crimson dawn of human civilization, our ancestors wove a tapestry of rituals and ceremonies, each thread a testament to their belief systems, their understanding of the world, and their hope for a better future. These rituals were not mere superstitions or archaic practices. They were the pillars of ancient societies, the heartbeat of their cultures, and the compass guiding their path. These rites and rituals, grim as they may seem to our modern sensibilities, served a purpose. They were tools of communication, a language of symbols and metaphors that allowed our predecessors to converse with the divine, to plead for favorable weather, abundant harvests, victory in battles, and the well-being of their kin. The allure and intrigue surrounding these practices stem from their enigmatic nature. The rituals were often enveloped in secrecy, accessible only to the initiated. The uninitiated were left to speculate, their imaginations painting vivid pictures of what transpired behind the closed doors of ancient temples and sacred grounds. Stories of grim rituals and sacrifices have echoed down the corridors of time, whispering tales of the Mayan bloodletting rituals, the Aztec human sacrifices, and the Celtic ritual of the Wicker Man. These stories, shrouded in mystery and often misinterpreted, offer a glimpse into the spiritual landscapes of our ancestors. These ancient rituals, whether they involved the spilling of blood, the offering of treasures, or the performance of intricate dances, were a testament to the human spirit's relentless quest for understanding and connection. They were a reflection of the collective consciousness of a society, its fears, its hopes, and its understanding of the world. So, let's embark on a journey back in time, a journey that will lead us through the misty veils of history and into the heart of ancient cultures. Let's explore the enigma of ancient rituals, the symbolism that imbued them with power, and the roles they played in shaping the civilizations of yore. Join us as we journey back in time, unearthing the secrets of the most grim rituals and sacrifices in ancient cultures. Our journey begins in the Neolithic era, when early humans first began to perform rituals. This period, often referred to as the New Stone Age, saw the birth of agriculture, the domestication of animals, and the development of settled communities. But alongside these tangible advancements, there was a spiritual evolution taking place, an evolution that gave rise to the first known rituals. The earliest known rituals were intrinsically linked to the natural world and the forces that governed it. The sun, the moon, the changing seasons, these were all mysterious, powerful entities that early humans sought to understand and appease through ritualistic practices. From the simple act of painting symbols on cave walls to complex ceremonies involving song and dance, these rituals were an attempt to communicate with the seemingly divine powers of nature. In addition to these nature-centric rituals, the Neolithic era also saw the emergence of rituals related to significant life events. Birth, puberty, marriage, death. Each of these milestones was marked by a ritual, a way to imbue these events with a deeper meaning and a sense of sacredness. These rituals served not only as a means of celebration or mourning, but also as a way to strengthen social bonds and create a sense of community. Yet it wasn't all about peace and harmony. The Neolithic era was also a time of grim rituals and sacrifices. Archaeological evidence suggests that some communities practiced human sacrifice, perhaps as a means to appease the gods or to gain their favor. This darker side of Neolithic rituals serves as a stark reminder of the lengths that early humans were willing to go in their quest for understanding and control over the world around them. From these humble beginnings, rituals would evolve and become a cornerstone of various cultures and civilizations. The desire to understand and connect with the world, to mark life's milestones, and to create a sense of community. These are the threads that weave together the rich tapestry of human ritualistic practices, from the dawn of the Neolithic era to the present day. As we journey forward in time, we come across the Mayans, a civilization with a chilling affinity for blood. In the fabric of Mayan society, bloodletting rituals were deeply woven, a testament to their deeply held beliefs in the sacredness of life's vital fluid. These rituals, though shocking to our modern sensibilities, were a cornerstone of Mayan culture, threading together the realms of the divine and the earthly in a blood-red tapestry of faith. Bloodletting, or the act of drawing blood from the body, was not a practice taken lightly. It was a solemn ceremony, often marking significant events in the Mayan calendar or personal milestones in the life of a ruler. The blood, usually drawn from the tongue, earlobes, or genitals, was seen as a powerful offering to the gods, an intimate gift to appease and communicate with the divine. The rituals were performed with intricate tools, such as stingray spines, obsidian blades, and thorned ropes, each meticulously crafted and sanctified for the sacred purpose. The blood was collected on bark paper or cloth, which was then burned, the rising smoke believed to carry the offering to the gods. Diving deeper into the belief system that underpinned these rituals, we find a fascinating blend of cosmology and theology. The Mayans viewed the world as a harmonious balance between the heavens, the earth, and the underworld. Bloodletting was a way to maintain this balance, a tangible link between the mortal realm and the divine. It was a conduit for divine intervention, a plea for rain, a good harvest, or victory in war. The participants in these rituals weren't just any members of the society. They were often rulers, priests, and nobles. The Mayans believed that the blood of their leaders was especially potent, a divine lineage that made their offering more appealing to the gods. To them, this was not just an act of faith, but a duty, a responsibility to their people to ensure the gods' favor and the prosperity of their society. These rituals also served a social function. They were public affairs, spectacles that drew together communities. They reinforced social hierarchies, with the nobility demonstrating their piety and the common people witnessing the divine connection of their leaders. They were a reaffirmation of the order of the cosmos, the interplay between the earthly and the divine. In the end, the Mayan bloodletting rituals might seem brutal and alien to us, but to the Mayans they were a natural part of their worldview. A profound belief in the power of blood, the sacredness of sacrifice, and the interconnectedness of all existence underpinned these rituals. They were a testament to a culture that saw the divine in every aspect of life, a civilization that believed in the power of blood to bridge the gap between the human and the divine. In the world of the Mayans, blood was not just life, it was a divine offering, a sacred bond between humans and gods. From the realm of the Mayans, we traverse to the heart of the Aztec Empire, where life was a currency for the gods. The Aztecs, a civilization known for its grandeur and complexity, held a deep-seated belief that life was a gift from the gods, a gift that had to be repaid. This belief manifested in one of the most chilling practices of the ancient world: human sacrifices. The Aztecs performed these sacrifices on a scale and frequency that is difficult to fathom today. It was not an occasional ritual performed in times of desperation, but rather a routine part of their religious and societal life. Estimates suggest that thousands, possibly tens of thousands, of individuals were sacrificed annually. These sacrifices were not limited to prisoners of war, but included members of Aztec society as well: men, women, and sometimes even children. So, why did the Aztecs engage in such a grim practice? The answer lies in their cosmology, the way they understood the universe and their place in it. The Aztecs believed in a cyclic universe, one that had been created and destroyed multiple times. They were living in the fifth era, the era of the sun, which they believed was sustained by the gods' sacrifice. In their narrative, the gods had given their own blood and hearts to create the world and the sun. Now it was up to humans to continue this divine sacrifice to ensure the sun's daily journey across the sky. In essence, the Aztecs believed that without human blood, the sun would stop, the world would end, and all life would perish. The societal context further reinforced these practices. The Aztecs were a warrior society, and death in battle or on the sacrificial stone was considered the most honorable way to die. Those who were sacrificed were not seen as victims, but as messengers to the gods, their deaths a sacred duty. Human sacrifice was carried out in elaborate ceremonies, often coinciding with important calendar dates or events. The most significant of these was the reconsecration of the Great Pyramid of Tenochtitlan, where, according to Spanish accounts, more than 20,000 people were sacrificed over 4 days. But it's crucial to remember that while these practices may seem brutal to us, the Aztecs did not see them as such. They believed that they were fulfilling a divine mandate, a necessary act for the survival of the universe. In the eyes of the Aztecs, these sacrifices were not acts of barbarism, but a necessary price for the survival of the world. The Aztecs saw themselves not as executioners, but as keepers of the cosmic balance, their actions a testament to the lengths they were willing to go to ensure the continuity of life. How we interpret these practices today speaks more about our own cultural lens than about the Aztecs themselves. We now sail to the lands of the ancient Celts, where the ominous silhouette of the Wicker Man loomed over ritualistic ceremonies. In the verdant landscapes of ancient Celtic societies, one of the most chilling and captivating rituals was the Wicker Man. This was not a man of flesh and bone, but a towering effigy, woven from flexible branches and often filled with offerings to the gods, including grains, animals, and sometimes even human beings. The Wicker Man ritual was more than a mere spectacle. It was a cornerstone of Celtic religious practices. Its purpose lay in the heart of the Celt spirituality and their understanding of the world. The Celts believed in a pantheon of gods and goddesses, each presiding over different aspects of life and nature. The Wicker Man was thought to be a conduit, a bridge between the mortal world and the divine, facilitating communication and appeasement of these deities. This grandiose effigy was often constructed during significant times of the year, such as the Festival of Beltane, marking the start of summer, or Samhain, heralding the onset of winter. These periods were considered thresholds, times when the veil between this world and the next was at its thinnest, and when the gods were most likely to hear the pleas and prayers of mortals. The ritual involved the construction of the Wicker Man, which was an event in itself. Communities would come together, each contributing to the creation of this symbol of their collective faith and commitment. Once the effigy was completed, it was filled with offerings, symbolizing the community's gratitude, hopes, and fears. The climax of the ritual was the burning of the Wicker Man, a spectacle of flames and sparks, believed to carry the offerings to the gods and cleanse the community of any ill will or misfortune. Despite its ominous reputation, the Wicker Man ritual was not solely about sacrifice. It was a testament to the Celts' profound connection with nature and the spirit world. The effigy, constructed from the very elements of the earth, symbolized the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, a belief central to Celtic spirituality. Fire, a significant element in the ritual, was seen as both destructive and purifying, mirroring the dual nature of existence itself. The Wicker Man was a tangible representation of the Celts' worldview and belief system. It was a conduit to the divine, a symbol of communal unity and a stark reminder of the transience of life. It embodied the interplay of fear and fascination, sacrifice and celebration that characterized ancient Celtic rituals. So as we leave the lands of the ancient Celts, we carry with us a deeper understanding of their lives and beliefs, a glimpse into a time when man, nature, and gods were intricately entwined. The Wicker Man was not just a symbol of sacrifice, but a testament to the Celts' profound connection with nature and the spirit world. As civilizations grew and evolved, so too did their rituals, transforming from grim sacrifices to more symbolic practices. This transformation didn't happen overnight, but over centuries, even millennia, paralleling the development of human societies. Consider the Mayans. Over time, their bloodletting rituals evolved into more symbolic practices. Instead of literal blood sacrifices, they started using symbolic offerings like flowers or food. This shift was not just about a change in ritualistic practice, but a reflection of a broader change in societal values. The Mayans began to value life more, and this newfound respect for life was reflected in their rituals. Similarly, the Aztecs, known for their human sacrifices, began to transition towards more symbolic rituals. The literal sacrifice of a human life was gradually replaced by the symbolic offering of objects or animals. This was not just a change in the nature of the ritual, but a deeper shift in their belief system. The value of human life became more recognized, and this was reflected in their changing rituals. In the ancient Celtic society, the ritual of the Wicker Man, a grim practice involving human sacrifice, also saw a transformation. It evolved from a literal burning of human beings to a more symbolic burning of effigies. This shift was not just about the ritual itself, but also about a change in societal values and beliefs. The Celts started to move away from the belief in appeasing gods through human sacrifice, shifting towards a more symbolic representation of their faith. These transformations of rituals are not unique to these societies alone. Across the world, as civilizations developed, the nature of their rituals changed, reflecting evolving societal values and belief systems. From grim sacrifices, rituals transformed into more symbolic practices, mirroring the journey of human societies towards a greater appreciation of life and a more profound understanding of our place in the universe. The evolution of rituals is a mirror to the evolution of human societies, reflecting our changing perceptions of the world and our place within it. From the dawn of rituals in the Neolithic era to their transformation in later civilizations, we've journeyed through time and across cultures. We've stared into the abyss of the past, where human beings performed grim rituals and sacrifices, driven by a complex mix of fear, faith, and a quest for survival. We began our journey in the Neolithic era, a time when rituals were emerging as a fundamental aspect of human societies. These early rites were deeply entwined with the natural world, reflecting a profound respect for the forces of nature that governed their lives. Then we ventured into the heart of the Mayan civilization, where we encountered the chilling practice of bloodletting rituals. These bloody ceremonies, often involving the ruling elite, were believed to appease the gods and ensure the continued survival of their society. Our journey next took us to the Aztec Empire, where human sacrifices were conducted on an unimaginable scale. These sacrifices, often involving prisoners of war, were a brutal demonstration of power and a plea to the gods for favor and protection. Finally, we delved into the Celtic ritual of the Wicker Man, a gruesome ceremony involving human sacrifice by fire. This ritual, immortalized by Roman historians, painted a vivid picture of a society deeply committed to its religious beliefs, no matter how grim. Throughout our journey, we've seen how these ancient cultures transformed their rituals over time, adapting to changing beliefs and circumstances. Yet, the common thread that ties them all together is the intrinsic human desire to understand and influence the world around us. As we unravel the mystery of these grim rituals and sacrifices, we gain a deeper understanding of our ancestors and the world they lived in. A world governed by faith, fear, and the quest for survival.